Have you ever wondered why your deepest insights are often met with silence or worse, resentment? From a psychological perspective, this isn't just a social friction, it's a biological survival mechanism. For thousands of years, human survival depended on tribal conformity. The group's safety relied on shared myths and predictable behaviors. A deep thinker, by nature, questions these myths. To the collective brain, a questioner isn't an asset. They are a threat to the stability of the tribe's psychological home.
Psychologists call this the mirror effect. When someone encounters a highly intelligent individual, they don't see the person, they see their own limitations. This triggers cognitive dissonance, the mental pain of holding two conflicting beliefs. I am competent versus this person knows more than I do. To resolve this pain, the brain has two choices: upgrade its own thinking, which is hard, or devalue the source of the threat, which is easy. Most people choose to label the deep thinker as weird, arrogant, or out of touch to protect their own ego.
Neuroscience shows that deep, complex ideas actually trigger the amygdala, the brain's fear center. While physical strength evokes admiration, intellectual superiority evokes status insecurity. In social hierarchies, knowledge is power. When you introduce a nuance that others cannot grasp, you are unintentionally disrupting the social rank. The group doesn't reject your idea because it's wrong, they reject it because the feeling of not knowing feels like a loss of power.
Schopenhauer wasn't just a pessimist. He was describing a clinical reality of high intelligence, hyper-awareness. High IQ and deep empathy often lead to a nervous system that processes too much information. What others call fun, small talk, status chasing, the deep thinker perceives as noise. This leads to social exhaustion. Loneliness in this case is a protective boundary. You aren't antisocial, you are pro-meaning. And in a world that values surface over depth, meaning is a rare currency.
So, how do you survive as a deep thinker? First, accept that social approval and truth are often mutually exclusive. Stop seeking validation from the tribe and start building your own micro-community. Psychology tells us that we don't need a crowd, we only need a few secure detachments. People who view your depth not as a threat, but as a sanctuary. Remember, being too much for some is exactly the right amount for those who truly see. The truth is, the world doesn't fear your intelligence, it fears the change it brings. So if you feel out of place amidst the surface of life, remember, you are not broken, you are simply seeing what others choose to ignore. Intellectual loneliness isn't a punishment, it's the price of freedom. Thank you for walking with me to the end of this journey. I'll see you in our next reflection. Goodbye for now.